Rise and shine, it's a brand new day. Ken can take the stage, ready to play. Weekdays at 10, the cars and the scene. Coffee in hand, they're living the dream. Aggression in the voice, got the whole town awake. Bringing fire to the mic, make no mistake. Shows in the corner, spitting out facts. Dropping truth bombs, ain't holding back. Ken in the morning, feel the heat. From 10 a.m. CST, can take a seat. Live that loud, that break in the mind. Light up your speakers, crank up the sound. They're talking about life upside down. Opinions exploding like a sonic blast. In the studio, they're built to last. With passion and grit, they engage and ignite. Every single week, they're a force can't fight. From sports to politics.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Good morning. Welcome to another edition of Ken and Ken in the Morning. Of course, we got Ken the Beard, Packer fan, and Joe this morning. Good morning. How you guys doing?
I woke up. I'm breathing, so it's got to be a bonus.
Hey, remember, work is a plan perpetuated by the man to keep a brother down, and we are the resistance.
Oh, every time you say that, all I get is flashbacks to the movie Undercover Brother.
However, last night on Driving to the Top, I was reminded I was told I was not the resistance because I've retired and already been through it all. Therefore,
that's right, Ken. You're a poser. He came in to infiltrate our movement.
But then I said, but no, because a lot of retirees from the military do work. I don't. That makes me still part of the resistance. So what can I say? Also, Rabboy yesterday, I said, hey, what's up with the Ravens? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, as I'm sitting here, what you guys are seeing me do is I'm forwarding this out to all the different groups right now. I said, obviously, the Ravens don't like football. Like, what do you mean? Like, well, we posted one show to the Ravens flock, which is their X community, and they booted us because they said we weren't football fans. I'm like, that's all we do is talk football. And they had like over 200 people watch us that day from their X. And they're like, yeah, they're very competitive. If you're not 100% just them, they hate you. I'm like, well, I kind of like the Ravens. I have some Ravens stuff in my collection. But okay, whatever. I guess I have to hate the Ravens now because I'm not 100% their biggest fan, so now I must hate them according to Ravens fans. So I'm like, okay, well, Raven fans, I guess you kind of suck. Kind of like as I posted.
Do they get to join Kansas City in sucking on Joe's left nut?
No.
Do they not even get that designation and they got to go for the ass cheek?
Yeah. 3 toes. They get the 3 toes and 1 ass cheek. Look, I even gave a nod to a Lions fan right now.
The funny thing is I was on that show last night.
Yeah. So, it was interesting last night. So, the one thing, it's mostly AFC North fans on that show I was on last night. And they really don't like the NFC North. Let me tell you. I mean, or aspects of the NFC North. I mean, it's like they have 2 teams. Some of these guys had 2 teams in the North, not even winning 4 games. I'm like, what are you thinking? Like, I just like Jeremy and I were just sitting with our jaws on the ground, going, really? Yeah, sorry guys, I haven't hit the comments.
Yeah, I got you covered.
Good morning, Man Hour. Good morning,
and yes, Man Hour, we are still friends.
Almost done. There's a lot of you people on X. Let me tell you about that. I mean, I wish X make it simpler.
And go pack, go there
out, but it doesn't. Hey, Big Blue. Good morning. And out to Big Blue. There's some good fans over there. And the
But
last
who are the two teams in the North that they didn't have winning 4 games? Was it Cleveland and Cincinnati?
no. The NFC North, Joe. The NFC North.
Oh,
Wow.
the NFC North.
Who the hell did they say was only going to win 4 games?
One guy thought that the Vikings would win like 4. And one guy thought the Bears would win 3, which would be worse than last year.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah,
just like,
even with me
No.
talking a whole bunch of shit about the Bears just because they're the Bears, even I say that, you know, they're going to be better than what they were last year, at least assumedly.
so this is the way I broke it down because everyone goes, your first through fourth. I said, look at, flip a quarter. I've been saying that all summer. I'm like, flip a quarter. I said, however, given the current state of a couple teams with a couple early season suspensions, injuries, and whatnot, and changes, if I had to, the closest thing I could do then was pair maybe a top 2, bottom 2. And I already preface this by saying, look, I think all 4 teams can make the playoffs in this division. And if someone misses out, they're missing out with a 9-8 record. Okay. But I said, right now, early on, based off of what's going on right now today with the teams, basically and the reason I broke it out, I'm going to preface why I broke it out the way I did before I tell you how I broke it. I said the reason the Vikings aren't in the top 2 for me today is no Jordan Addison for the first 3 weeks, right? That hurts him in 2 divisional games right off the bat. It kind of puts him in a little bit of a hole with basically a first-time starting quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, right? So that's how I prefaced that for the first couple games. And I said with the Packers, yes, they made the trade. Yes, they got Micah Parsons. However, he's going to be on a pitch count for the first 3 or 4 games until the bye and until he's fully integrated. Just to begin with, as they integrate him, he's going to be on somewhat of a pitch count, which we already knew. But now you add in the back injury stuff. And so basically, anytime, basically for the first 3 or 4 weeks, this is how you deal with Micah Parsons. When he's not in the game, you throw. When he's in the game, you run. You know what I mean? So I said, right now, today, my top 2, in no particular order, would be Minnesota, or would be Detroit, Chicago, and the second 2 in no particular order would be Minnesota, Green Bay. But that's just based off the initial 3 or 4 games. That doesn't mean that's not how the whole season's going to go, right? But because in the initial, yes, the Vikings are going to suffer in week 1 without Jordan Addison in week 2 and week 3. With the Packers, yes, they just got Micah Parsons. Yes, he makes them better overall. But in the initial first couple games, he's on a pitch count. They lost Kenny Clark, which hurts the run defense, and that defense is going to have to adjust a little bit. In the first 2 or 3 games, there's going to be a little bit of a transition, and Micah's not going to be full Micah yet, right? So that's my reason. That's because they pushed me into that corner. It's the only reason I can break that down that way.
I just want to know how we went from you saying that after the Micah Parsons trade that Green Bay went from being the favorites to the division back down now to a coin flip.
No. For me, it's still a coin. Well, the initial reaction before you actually start thinking about it, oh yeah, but then you start thinking about, okay, what they give up Kenny Clark, what's this mean in the aggregate for the entire defense? No, Philip Bagent doesn't start at all this year unless Caleb gets hurt. Okay, it's to be honest, it's like I keep saying, it's a good trade. It makes you better. I just don't know, honestly, if it's early man hour. I don't know if it's that much of a game changer. It raises their bar, but it's not like you went from 50 to 90. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, it raises the bar for Green Bay. In the division, honestly, it doesn't tilt it one way or another within the division. Now, outside the division, I think it tilts it a little bit more for the Packers, right? Again, especially against teams that can't establish the run or that aren't as loaded up with weapons and can't get the ball out quick. So, yeah, I mean, it's still a great trade for them. But, look, don't expect week 1 that you're going to get like massive results out of Micah Parsons because he's on a pitch count. And he's got, he's not 100% healthy. He's still not, that's not to say he's not going to be really good. He is. But they're going to game plan around him. And it's not like teams haven't game planned Micah Parsons before and figured out ways to beat him. He only stops to run about a third of the time. You can run on him. That's what guys are going to do. And these first couple games, when he's not in the game, teams will throw the ball because he's not in the game. And there's, oh, by the way, no Kenny Clark either. So, I mean, the defensive line is going to be a little bit weaker initially in week 1 and 2. And then when he's fully integrated, I think it's a better D-line than what it was before. But Micah Parsons can be beat. Any player in this league can be beat. There are some Packer fans, Ken, who are running around thinking he's the second coming of God, and then he's untouchable and no one's going to beat him. Like, dude, come on.
Well, I mean, the guy routinely beats double team blocks and makes tackles for a loss in the run game. So you can see where they're getting that from. And especially since he had a better PFF run grade than Kenny Clark, I think they're seeing that as a net positive.
Hey, Ken, if he's so good at playing the run, then why is everybody like all these pundits saying he can't play the run? And even former players, like even players are saying he's good, but he can't play the run.
I've also heard quite a few say that he can play against the run, and he's taken down a lot of premier backs in the backfield.
I mean, so look at his hit rate's about 30%. His stop rate's about 30%. So yeah,
I just saw Von Miller. I just saw Von Miller yesterday saying he can't play the run.
Here's the funny thing, Joe. His stop rate's about 30%. So of course, at 30%, he's going to take down some premier running backs at some point. If you're hitting about 30%, you're going to get those guys. But here's the difference, Joe. They're not, those people you're listening to are not Packer fans.
And I even ignored the Skip Bayless comments because obviously Skip is a Dallas homer, but you know, like, he's a great. I don't know. I made that knock on him the other day when you guys made the trade was because they were trying to say he's better than Max Crosby, and I was like, maybe as a pass rusher, maybe, but as an overall player, I don't think so. I think it's debatable. He's got
a 65.5 grade against the run. I mean that's not world beater type of stuff, but it's not horrible against it.
But even going back to my initial comment of like why I put the Packers, in that bottom half of the first, because yesterday when I got pushed in the corner on it. Look at these first couple games, he's on a pitch count, right? Hey, good morning, Cam. He's going to be on a pitch count. He always was going to be on a pitch count because he's not fully integrated into the defense yet. He's on a pitch count. But then they come out with the news about the back injury, right? And that is significant, even though Packer fans like Ken yesterday were trying to downplay it. So, it's not that big of a deal.
Ooh, speaking of that, I researched the injury last night. And most people, as long as they have actually got it medically taken care of, don't have a problem with it again. It lingers if they did not get any medical treatment for it.
Okay,
then it does become a problem.
Ken, he's not most people. He plays in the NFL and he's constantly getting hit, pushed, banged, dragged, slammed.
And also has the best doctors in the world to look after him.
But the thing is, you can't take for most people and apply it to an NFL player for any injury. The key word is it's an injury. It's going to have an effect. Just like last year, like Montez Sweat had turf toe for the entire friggin' season. Most people get turf toe within a week or two, it's gone. For him, it lingered the entire season. Why? These guys don't do normal people things. But that's part of the pitch count for the first couple of weeks. So that's why I put him where I put him for the first couple of weeks because that's just like.
And Jim, you hit the nail right on the head. We're going to find out this year how much of a back problem that Micah Parsons had.
Well, we know he's going to play just on a pitch count, right? That makes that defense weaker for the first couple of weeks on a pitch count. When they play the Lions this week, he's on a pitch count. So the Lions, here's what you're doing for the Lions, right? When Micah Parsons is in, you run the ball. When he's not on the field, you're throwing. That's simple. And even if when he's in, you make him stop the run. And if you establish the run, now you can do play action and stuff like that. So Micah Parsons is really going to help this Packers team out when people have to throw, for sure. Yeah, you run right at him. That's the storybook on him. You run right at him. The book on him is you run at him. But if you let this guy rush the passer, you're in trouble, no doubt. You just mitigate that by not letting him rush the passer by doing other things. Yeah, maybe Luka. Maybe. So look, the Green Bay Packer thing is going to be fun. This whole division is going to be fun to watch because all 4 teams have legit questions that need to be answered, right?
Yeah, what do you think about that, kid? He said Gibbs is going to have 150 all-purpose yards.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe all-purpose with receiving combined with it. That wouldn't surprise me for a Gibbs stat line. I mean, he's the focal point of their offense, so you'd hope that he would if you're a Detroit fan.
Hey, hold on, man, hour. What do you guys think about this? You can't really double an edge rusher. Really?
What?
He calls us crazy when he says that. You sure can double an edge rusher.
Yep. It's done all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. You chip them and know it. How does that make the pass rush even more effective?
Because I'm assuming he's saying that it takes the focus off the other guys to where you're focusing on one specific guy and putting 2-3 guys on them.
If you chip him with the tight end, how does that make you more?
With the tight end, and if you get a good chip, it knocks him off of his rush.
And now St. Brown is wide open. Or something. I'm saying. Dude, I think WebMD makes everyone an expert now, don't you know? So, well, not necessarily. You don't have to play design calls for the tight end to block.
Yeah, that's crazy. It takes him out of the route. Darren Waller used to chip all the time and still catch 100 yards a game, dude. Like,
they will. They will, John. I mean, I love it. Yeah, well, that's by design. The tight end's taken off the route, or he chips and then breaks free, and they dump the ball right at him. We see all the time. I just think it's. I mean, I just think it's funny. You're right, Luca. Fans are going to fan because the way Packer fans talk about Hutch, like, oh, he can't play anymore. I mean, some not you, but there are some. Oh, Hutch can't play anymore, blah, blah, blah. I mean, look, granted, Hutch is coming off of a big injury, but it was a big injury where he was able to heal 100%. He should be good to go.
Yes and no. With that is there's that myth that's out there that when a bone breaks, it heals back stronger. In the very initial process, yes. But as time goes on, it does not heal stronger, and it doesn't get back to 100%. It can get real close, and maybe in the perfect scenarios, it gets to 100, but most of the time, it's not fully there. And now I'm not saying he's going to re-break the son of a bitch.
It's hilarious. Yeah, Dak did.
Top 3 quarterback?
Well, yeah, statistically in the season he was. I mean, you got to remember though that's like the argument that Motown Mitch makes for Goff. Statistically, during this regular season, sure, you might just start calling him a regular season quarterback because you could say the argument on Dak Prescott is Dak is a regular season quarterback that when it gets to the postseason he just kind of disappears. Well, you could start to maybe say that a little bit about Goff. I mean, I think that'd be a little more unfair of Goff. He's actually made it to a Super Bowl. He had some drop passes in that Super Bowl. And if you look at the other, like there are Kirk Cousins. That's another good example. Great during the season, but in the playoffs. So I can see why they make that argument, for Dak. Doesn't matter, Jim. Packer fans, doesn't matter. Remember, Hutch can't play anymore, but Micah's back injury is not an injury. I don't even know why they call it a back injury. Because it's not.
Yeah. Oh, this season is going to go beautiful.
Oh, the season's going to be a lot of fun. Don't get me wrong. But can you understand? Let me see. Wait. Yeah, I know. I look at statistically speaking, in the regular season, he's great for fantasy. I mean, seriously though, like Dak Prescott for fantasy, dude, he does well for you. As far as real football, yeah, maybe not so much.
Did Manauer just ask since when is Max Crosby good? He's better than anybody on your. He's better than any other player, any defensive player on your team. That's for damn sure. I'm not scared,
John.
I'm not scared.
That's just like now how Kenny Clark is off the Packers. He somehow became a run-stuffing god.
No, I know who said that. None of us here have said that.
No, not you guys. I'm talking about others that are making it seem like Kenny Clark was super amazing against the run. He was great. He was great at holding the line. I will absolutely give him that. And that is an important part to the run defense. I'm not taking that away. But he wasn't the guy making tackles for a loss and stuff like that.
Manauer.
He was. God. Yeah, I know. Joe.
He made the NFL top 100 list the last 3 years. Like, he led the league in quarterback pressure percentage, win rate. Like, I mean, look at
not good. Just give it up. Max Crosby sucks.
That's crazy, dude. I mean,
here's the funny thing though with some of the stuff in the North, right? Like, okay, Micah Parsons. Like I keep saying, net positive for the Packers. Great play that the Packers made on that to get that trade done. At the end of the day, he's probably going to win them a game or two more, right? Than what they would have been with Kenny Clark there. Kenny Clark is really good, but he's not Micah good, right?
Yep.
But like I said, I think in terms of where Micah's most effective is those games outside of the division. Into the division, which is, by the way, if you guys haven't noticed, the NFC North has been in an arms race for the last couple years. Within the division, he's effective. He will make an impact for Green Bay, but the division in total mitigates it a little bit better than maybe some of these other teams in the NFC East, the AFC North, and the other places we played this year. He makes Green Bay better, so don't get me wrong. I don't think it automatically makes – I don't think there's a clear-cut anything in this division right now. Now, we'll see. Maybe as it goes on by week 5, 6, we start to see something. But on paper, you look at these rosters, you look at the coaching staffs assembled and this, that, and the other, the entire North is pretty damn stacked. Now, the question becomes how they execute this week when the season starts. And we finally start to, stop having these philosophical what-if discussions, and we got to start to see live bullets fly down range. This division is going to be a hell of a lot of fun to watch. I'm going to enjoy watching the Packers play. I'm going to enjoy watching the Lions play. I'm going to enjoy watching the Vikings and, of course, the Bears play. Until one of them gives me reason not to enjoy them anymore. But I think all 4 teams are going to play some really good football. And let's be real here. In this division last year, the margins between these teams is so razor thin. Remember, last year, in the first 3 games that the Bears played the division, the margin of victory in all 3 games was a combined total of 7 points. That was a shitty coached Bears team that had the ranked 30th offensive line for both pass and rush in the league at that point in time. So, that's where we're at. So that's when we got a John Dorn comment. Great. And one of the 5 games they won, John, was against who? The fucking Packers. And the game where the Packers beat the Bears, you beat them on a blocked field goal. You almost lost twice, John. You don't have much room to talk either. If I follow your logic, you were 1-4, 1-5 in the division. You should have been 0-6. You got lucky on a tipped kick on Cairo Santos. Really? So, I mean, this division, dude, it's going to be a lot of fun. The competitiveness within this division, the arms race that's going on in this division is going to make this a lot of fun to watch. And it's going to be interesting to see how we do. Here we got Wood this morning. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see how this division performs outside of the division.
Oh my God, Karlaftis will be a top 3 guy this season.
I like what though. You know what, Joe? I like Karlaftis though. He's a cool dude. But yeah,
he's a decent player too. But he's going to be top 3 this season, so he's going to be up there with Micah Parsons and T.J. Watt. Come on, dude. Just stop.
Dorn. There's no excuses here. You lost one to the Bears by a field goal. You beat the Bears on a blocked field goal. So if we had bad quarterback play, what's that say about the Green Bay Packers? You didn't exactly tear up the scoreboard and tear it up against the Bears last year.
Sorry I couldn't come on earlier. I was on the throne. But, wow.
Oh,
who can I argue with? Who can I argue with? Because I saw a lot of fucking stupid shit.
You can argue with Dorn because he thinks the Packers are light years ahead of everyone.
You know,
and then there's Manauer. He thinks Max Crosby is not a good edge rusher.
What's up, Eric? But we got to ask Ken that's on the show. I mean, are Packers that much far in light years from everybody else now?
Light years, no, but are they the favorites to win the division? According to Vegas and the other sports books, yes, they are.
Because of one player.
Yeah.
You're telling me that Micah Parsons is going to bring you to the Super Bowl. The reason why you didn't go to the Super Bowl is because you needed one defensive player. That's what I'm thinking.
You might not get Super Bowl, but you should get NFC Championship. But it does put the Super Bowl in a lot more realistic look now.
Okay. That'll be a profile pick at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So I saw Dak. Can I fucking go on this?
Yeah, go off.
Dak is wow. I mean, that's like saying Dak is probably the best quarterback out there that hasn't won a Super Bowl. So are we going to even compare him to Dan Marino? No, not at all. Dak is not even top 8 in my opinion. No, Isaac, I was not watched Penn State beat the community college right around the corner from my house too. No. So.
Broski, how dare you bring up stats like that to John Dorn? Bad, Broski, bad.
Listen,
where was the stats?
Who is better than Dak?
Oh, I could certainly see Joe Burrow. That's an easy one. Mahomes.
Lamar Jackson.
Herbert. I'm saying Herbert.
I'd take fucking Matt Stafford over Dak Prescott.
Wow, he said only correct answer is Josh Allen and Mahomes. So you're saying Dak is better than Joe Burrow? Whoa.
Wow.
Dude, whatever you're huffing, like, I want some of that shit.
Lamar is not trash. Guys don't win MVP if they're trash.
They do if they're not wearing the rating system on the side of their helmet.
So let's go back. Ken, I heard you talking before about injury is not an injury or whatever like that. What were you talking about?
So, yeah, Michael Parsons has a back injury, right? Mm-hmm. So he's on some kind of steroid to help correct it, whatever.
Prednisone.
Yeah. So look, we already knew he was going to be on a pitch count as he integrates into this defense for the first couple games. But now the thought is with this injury, the pitch count, once they went from 20 to maybe 15 or 10 until he clears his back injury. But it's a back injury. Back injuries never fully go away. And then Ken said, well, according to what he looked up on WebMD and other places, I guess, that this back injury, as long as it's medically treated, can go away. But it's like, dude, that's for normal people. Micah Parsons is not like you or I. He's not a normal person. He plays football in the NFL. So he gets hit, he's getting hit, banged, thrown, whatever. That back is going to get stressed and pressured every time he steps on the field.
Yep.
So he's not normal people. So like I'll say this, I'll give Ken credit here for this one though. I didn't say this before. Yeah, when the offseason comes, if he rests it and does everything the doctors tell him to, maybe he'll fully heal during the offseason. But for the season, I think it'll be probably some kind of lingering little thing that may or may not, I don't know how much it'll affect him throughout the entire season, but he'll never fully clear it during the season.
It's almost like he spent all of training camp resting and getting some type of treatment.
Well, the last preseason, that's why he was laying on the medical bed in his civilian clothes the last game. Everybody's like, it's a contract holdout. No, he was resting his back.
But Ken, the point is he's not 100% yet, and they've acknowledged he's not 100% yet. I don't think he'll be 100% on the back all year. But you know what, though? Look, at the same time, okay, while we're saying, hey, Micah Parsons has an injury that may affect him, here's the thing. Yeah, he's got an injury that may affect him, but that effect may be minimal. I'm not saying it's like he can't play all of a sudden, that he's not going to be effective. I'm saying it is going to hinder him. It may be a small hindrance, but in this league, a small hindrance could be the difference on one play, and that one play could be the difference of a whole game.
What did Manauer say? Only cool thing about Penn State is the white. Oh, now he's racist. Are we allowed racists on this show?
No.
No. I am not mad Parsons is a Packer, Rob. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought about this last night, Woody, and I was gonna say this tonight. I know there's some Bears fans who are mad that we didn't make a move on Parsons, but I kind of look at the way they're building this team like Theo Epstein built the Cubs, right? It's got a 5-year build.
Yep.
And when you look at the cap and everything else, there's a structure to it. And going after Micah obviously destroys that structure. And if right now the biggest issue in Chicago is we want another edge rusher and maybe another left tackle, right? If those are the two issue points that most Bears fans have, you've got another year of building to do, and you've got another draft and another round of free agency. And with the way they've structured their money, who knows? Maybe next year it's structured in there where they go sign Trey Hendrickson for 2 years, and then they draft in the first round they get another left tackle.
That's why I said back up.
I said it the other day. I'm like, hats off to Green Bay getting know now. And I heard what was it the other day? The day after the trade, I forgot the Packers fan's name. I'm going through Facebook. I always knew that Packers were going to get fucking Micah Parsons. No, you did not. That wasn't even a scenario. But again, hats off to them. They got a defensive player. Now he's on opposite end of Gary, and that now Ken said, and it's NFC Championship game. But it's how far Jordan Love will take you. That's the real question about how far you'll go.
Well, and I've said this a couple of times.
That is, I just watched John Gruden breaking down the Green Bay and Lions game that's coming out, and John Gruden came out and said that Jordan Love is one of the best young quarterbacks in the league.
So, okay, he hasn't shown it yet, and I think everyone agrees that last year he didn't earn the $55 million. It was not a $55 million season. I said this before. This Micah Parsons deal now with the expectations that Green Bay has, right? It puts the onus on Jordan Love to actually earn that look like a $55 million quarterback this year. And you can blame receivers and their concrete hands and all you want, but it's still the onus will fall on Jordan Love to produce points to win games. If the defense is doing what the defense is supposed to do, then it's all on Jordan Love this year. And some Packer fans don't want to hear that because they think, oh, well, Love is great. Like this guy right here. Oh, well, Love is great. Are you kidding me? Love is going to take us all kinds of places. Well, he hasn't. Right?
So, Ken, so Ken, since you heard that from Gruden, and Gruden's always right, of course.
Well,
what do you think what do you think that's based off of? Like, what has Jordan Love proved that makes him one of the best young quarterbacks in the league right now?
Well, he took Green Bay to the divisional round in his very first year. He has put up some pretty damn good stats in both years. Got him to the playoffs last year. If Gruden, who is recognized as one of the best football minds, gives him, his vote of approval, who you got to assume that there's got to be something there to that one.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Ronald, I kind of agree with that. Like, Love isn't great yet. He's good. He's a good quarterback. He's definitely serviceable in the NFL for sure from what he's shown so far. I mean, he's won one playoff game against Dallas, which you guys should always beat Dallas. You guys kind of just own them. And then you lose. And then last year, you lose against the Eagles. I mean,
I think that's a lot of coaching too. Like LaFleur brought the youngest team to the playoffs and win a playoff game ever. You can't just say it's all the players. You got to do the coaching as well. And
well,
guess
what other quarterback has one playoff win under his belt only? There's a couple. I mean, Jay Cutler has 2, so he's got more than Jordan Love, but I wasn't going to go there. A certain guy who we all love as a commentator used to play for the Cowgirls, has only one playoff win under his belt as a professional. So great, he's won a playoff game. Let's see how many more he can win. That's what I'm saying. It puts the onus on Jordan Love to step up and be that guy they paid $55 million to.
So I like that. I like that comment. Do you guys put Jordan Love over Jared Goff in this division? Wow. I could hear a fucking cricket right now.
I was going to say I'm waiting on Joe since he's the one outside of the division.
I mean, statistically, no. But if I don't know. I like Jordan Love. I like Jordan Love's mobility, and like I've seen him throw some really nice balls. Like, and it's kind of a hard one because it's like statistically, no, Goff has way better numbers. But if I had to choose which one I would rather have in a game, I would probably go with Love.
Okay, wait. Let me ask this question: wow. Jaden Daniels versus Jordan Love. Jaden Daniels has already won 2 playoff games, and he beat the number 1 seed last year to get to the NFC Championship. Is he better than Jordan Love? And he's won more playoff games than Jordan Love. So if I go by Packer logic, Jaden Daniels is a far superior quarterback.
We're gonna pick and choose.
I don't know, but I think honestly at this point I would run with Jaden Daniels over Jordan Love if I had to choose.
Oh yeah,
that kid's incredible, dude.
That's an interesting comment.
Thanks, Joe, for rubbing it in. I appreciate it.
Okay, Love hasn't hit his ceiling yet. Goff has. I don't know if Goff has necessarily hit his ceiling, but I think that's probably not a bad argument. I also don't know if Goff has actually hit his ceiling yet. But here's a question: where is Love's ceiling? I mean, how long do we have to hear this argument? He got paid $55 million a year, and he didn't earn it last year. So, like, at what point, I mean, 15 years from now, is he finally going to hit his ceiling?
Coming from the guy that, you got to give a quarterback 3-4 years before you know who he is.
Well, I mean, look, and I agree, and I still stand by that. This is his 3rd year starting. His 7th, 8th year in the league, but 3rd year starting. So I kind of I still agree with that. But I mean, the dude's it doesn't fall in that typical rookie quarterback 3 years to see what he is because he had 4 years on the bench. So, I mean, he's not that typical guy. But I mean, you can't also, that's what I keep saying though. The onus is on him this year. Like, really, I'm not saying Love can't do it, but he's got to show that he can do it. And you can't just make the presumptive argument that he's going to do it because he hasn't done it yet. That's like me coming out and saying, well, you know what? I mean, last year, my quarterback threw for 3,500 yards behind the 30th ranked passing line in the league. So now that they've got a much better line where they went from 30th to 6th in spending, he should throw for 5,000 yards. That's like me saying that. I can't say that. He has to go out and prove it, right? Love needs to go out and show it this year. And that's not hate, Rob. That's just saying, look, he's got to show he's
I agree with that. I think this is definitely a make or break kind of year for Jordan Love. Like he's got to show that he's that dude.
What stats does he have to put up to show that he's made it?
I don't think it's about stats. His stats are always like decent. They're always like he's always competitive when it comes to like passing touchdowns, stuff like that. I just want to see him make better decisions in crucial moments. Like that pick 6 he threw last year was that the one I'm talking about. I don't even have
absolutely. I will give you that one because I lambasted it too.
Yeah.
That-
I want to see him make better decisions.
Play shit.
Jojo, is this breaking news with JJ's contract? 'Cause I didn't see that this morning yet. Where did you see that?
Let me see that because I usually know everything. Hold on.
All right.
Yeah, I was just going to add my 2 cents on this Jordan Love thing.
Oh,
So I think it's another one of those best of the worst situations. Like the NFC North quarterback room is pretty weak. So I mean, Goff, in my opinion, has proven he's not getting it done in the playoffs. I don't care what numbers he puts up in the regular season. He's a choke artist in the playoffs. So by default, you kind of just have to, as of right now, say, okay, Love is the best. However, his numbers are very Andy Dalton-ish. They really are. Like very low completion percentage. There's pretty decent number of INTs for his pass attempts. Like, you know, it's one of those things where it's wide open. Like if JJ or Caleb can step up, they could be better. But as of right now, I would actually, by default, say Love is the best quarterback in the division. But what's that really saying? Because he hasn't done anything yet.
I have some breaking news for Broski, obviously. I didn't hear nothing about the JJ, Ken,
It's
but
on Instagram, supposedly. Woody.
Braxton Jones will start at left tackle. Just
Oh,
want to
we
give
knew
Broski
that.
I know. Yeah, I just want to let him know that. Yeah.
He said it was on Instagram.
Here it is, Ken. The Bears are reconstructing Jalen Johnson's contract to create $8 million in cap space. Yep. 47 minutes ago.
Yeah,
Yep.
in fact, as I went to go look over the cap, I just see the headline too.
I was going to say, Woody, thanks for pointing that out, man. I didn't hear that, man. That's great input, man.
It just broke. I was telling you about the Braxton Jones because I know you were concerned about Braxton Jones because you think he's probably you said he was going to the Pro Bowl this year, and I just wanted to let you know he is start.
So here's the thing: looking at over the cap,
he's a shit show.
So looking at over the cap, Woody, how much money did you say it freed up? $8 million, correct?
$8 million, yeah. So
okay,
they had now, like $9 million.
They had 1.5 in cap, so now they got 9.5 million cap. I don't think they're signing much with that. I think that's more or less to free up money for injuries or trade deadline moves.
I was going to say, Woody, it's backfield Jones, aka Sloppy BJ.
Oh, I thought it was offsides and full start / holding. I'm sorry, we
got the human tackling sled. Yeah, yeah. You got a point. You got a point.
Oh, I can't wait. One more sleep, one more wake up, and we get football, right?
So yeah. Who just posted that and said Love was ranked 20th in passing in the NFL last season.
Yeah, per ESPN.
Okay, so like he's being paid like a top 5 quarterback. That's basically what the argument is if you're being paid like a top 5 quarterback, then you should be performing like a top 5 quarterback. For me, I think he's very talented, but I just don't think he's put it all together yet. And that's not to say that he can't. I think he's going to have to this year. I don't know how the Packers organization feels. Like they just signed him to that huge contract. So if he has another kind of year, I don't necessarily know that they're going to be like worried about it. But if it was me, I would kind of be worried if he has another season and I'm paying this dude $55 million a year.
I think Geno Smith's going to have a better fucking year. But go ahead.
Well, here's the thing though, Jordan Love. Like the onus, this move for Micah really puts the focus and the spotlight more on Love than it did prior to Micah not being there. Now that Micah's there, and Packer fans are like, well, this defense is now phenomenal. I mean, we're Super Bowl bound. Some say, Ken's like, we should at least get an NFC Championship game out of this. It really puts the pressure on Love to perform now at a level he hasn't performed yet and earn that money.
And going off of interception rates for last year for 2024, Jordan Love's was 2.6, and Jared Goff, who we say takes care of the ball very well and all that, was 2.2. He has
5 in one game.
Yeah, and then Andy Dalton's is
what was Caleb?
2.
What was Caleb there, Ken?
6 all year.
I'll give that to you.
I mean, Goff had as many interceptions in one game as he had.
Caleb has more but Caleb has more interceptions than we had wins last year.
Yeah, I won.
I was going to say with Jordan Love, man, really like the biggest thing he needs to improve on is his accuracy, his completion percentage. He has to improve from 63%. Like he needs to be around like 67, 68%. You know what I mean? That to me is the biggest thing.
I think this is interesting. Last year, according to ESPN, Caleb Williams and Bo Nix were both ahead of Jordan Love.
Yeah, because we were behind so much, we had to pass.
Yeah, I know. There's always a mitigating argument. When it's not their team, there's always a mitigating argument. When it's their team, there is no mitigating argument.
Mhm.
Fans will fan. Fans will fan.
I know, I'm an asshole.
And I'll give it to you with Caleb Williams. He had a 1.1 percentage last year.
Well, according to John, that's just because he doesn't throw the ball enough. But however, he is second all time in the NFL for attempts to interception, and second, mind you, to a Packer, former Packer, right? And Aaron Rodgers. That's pretty good company to be keeping there.
Well, Ken, all these stats mean a lot, but every fan wants out there want wins, not stats.
They want wins, and this is going to be an interesting division for this year. I honestly think that really 9 wins ends you in the basement in this division this year. In the division, it's going to be really tough. I mean, our out of division is not easy either. There are a couple easy games outside the division, like the Bears get the Saints, for example. That should be an easy game. I mean, every team's going to have a couple games like that, but what's going to be interesting, we know this division is going to beat up on each other. I don't really see anyone going 0-6 in the division or even 1-5. Everyone's probably going to win at least 2 division games. I mean, this is going to be an interesting division. It's going to, the real test is going to be the NFC East and the AFC NFC East, AFC North. And I think I think this division in general matches up pretty good better against the AFC North and the NFC East than people think, because a lot of people say, "Oh, Washington." Dude, Washington overachieved last year. Like, I don't think Washington's going to be all that great. Like, I think they'll be good, but they're not going to be all that great against the NFC North.
That AFC North's going to be a fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm way more worried about.
Steelers are coming on. Believe it or not, Steelers are coming on. Bengals, with their 2 main contracts or receivers and stuff, we know how they are. If their defense comes around. Even Cleveland too, their defense as well. And look at the Ravens. So we're fucked.
That's going to be interesting, Isaac. I don't know. That's a pretty lofty goal. That is a pretty lofty goal. Look at Eric's like, yeah. He has been sweeping everyone but his Packers, his other teams. So,
watch a Skeetaboo. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, I mean. But yeah, don't sleep. But I've said this in Eric's behalf. Like, don't sleep on the Giants. They do have a really good defense. They're better than people are giving them credit for.
Joe, really? You have the same barber as Bowers? Jeez, congratulations, bud.
No.
It's got to be real hard cutting those 3 strands of Homer Simpson hair.
Wow.
Oh, the Steelers are an interesting team.
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but the only thing is, I'm not convinced that the basement team in the North is going to finish with 9 wins, because you guys have the hardest schedule as a division. Like, I think that's going to make a difference. Like, I think that you guys, all of the teams in the North, are going to lose some games outside the division that they might not have lost last year, just because you're facing the AFC North. Like, the Steelers are no joke. Right, the Ravens got to be Super Bowl contenders again, right? And then there's Burrow, who you can never count out, even though he has no defense. And then who knows what Cleveland is like? I don't expect them to have great success, but their defense is pretty good. So
yeah, because we can go 1-3 in that division this year.
And then you guys are playing the East too, right?
Yep.
And we play the Eagles on black. Oh, fuck them.
So you got the Commanders, you got the Eagles,
the Giants.
I'm not really worried about the Giants.
I mean, they have a hell of a defense too, like Cleveland.
Oh yeah, top 5 defensive line, no fucking doubt.
Maybe number 1 defensive line, but like if you look at on paper, their defensive line is probably the best in the NFL.
I think the problem there is Russell Wilson with the headache in the locker rooms and shit like that. So if I'd be like, yo, I'd start you like the first 3 weeks. You ain't doing shit. I'm starting Dart. Because he looked amazing in preseason. Joe, you're a
Honestly.
bozo. Wow. Wow.
I didn't even see the comment.
I did, and yeah, that's a
Okay.
maybe because you're the barber. I have no idea.
No, it's because he's got a thing for Russell Wilson. He thinks he's going to resurrect his career in New York, but
So hey, Broski, you there?
Yes, sir.
Russell's going to be benched
So
by game 5, dude.
I listen. I know Nevada's a good team that Penn State played. How do you think they're going to fare up next week against the Allentown Beauty School?
What?
They play Allentown Beauty School next week. I just want to know what your take is and what the score might be.
Well, yeah.
Oh,
Next
man,
question.
He's fucking speechless, baby.
Next question.
I love it.
Hey, I'll say this. I may be homering out a little bit for the division when I say that division basement is 9 wins. I may be being a division homer, but why not?
I said 9 and 8.
Week 4, the Penn State Oregon game. I mean, that's going to be their first big game. So that's in a couple weeks. I mean, typically the big teams, like, they schedule cupcakes like their first 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, it is what it is. But yeah, man,
Well,
that's
Texas,
going to be a big
State,
game because I'm going to tell you this right now. Oregon and Penn State might have the 2 best offensive lines in college. They're going to be put a lot of offensive linemen in the NFL the next couple of years.
One of my good friends is a Penn State fan. In '96, we went out to Pasadena to see that Rose Bowl game. Penn State, Oregon.
Oh, yeah. Penn State won that game, right?
Well, fuck
Yeah.
you. Anyway,
Yeah.
I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Ken, I said 9
Dude,
and 8
Oregon's
too.
loaded.
I
Oregon's
said-
a nice-looking team.
I said Bears are 9 and 8. So you never know. That's why they play the games, right?
As a fan of the NFC North, this is one of the more exciting seasons I think we're going to have or had in a long time coming into it. It is the return. Last year we said it was return to the black and blue, and that was somewhat true. But I think the whole division in certain ways got better across the board, even the Lions, because they get much back and stuff like that. All 4 teams, there are legitimate questions to all 4 teams, whether they can do certain things like, will Jordan Love step up? Is Ben Johnson more than just a good coordinator? Is he a good head coach? Will Caleb take the next step? Is that offensive line better? Is JJ going to be a good starting quarterback? All these teams there are legit questions. But if they start checking the boxes and answering these questions in the affirmative on each of these teams, my God, this division is going to be so much fun to watch. And I love it. I'd rather have 4 really good teams in the division than be what it's been, where you have one team that's decently good and wins the division every year, and the other 3 teams trying to figure out which way is north. You know what I mean? I mean, we've got a division right now where all 4 teams, hey, we know which way north is. And there's been an arms race. And they're all building up these rosters. When you look at these rosters, like, damn, like, there are a lot of good players in this division. So, yeah, as a division fan, I expect a lot of wins out of this division. I don't expect anyone to pick in the top 10 in next year's draft unless they make a trade to do so. Well, Green Bay doesn't have a first-round pick, but unless they trade into the top 10 somehow,
They won't need it.
I don't
They won't
expect they won't need it, right? Because
They won't need it. They're winning the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah. So, I mean,
They can.
that's funny. So I mean, honestly, this division is going to be a hard division.
Oh, here we
John
go.
was trapped in last year's team, with the coaching.
Did you, Ken? Did you, Packer Ken? Did you claim Dorn?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. Just wanted
Hey, Woody,
to-
I just took a dump that has more smarts than Dorn, so don't worry.
Hey,
about
so
it.
did I. That's why I didn't get on because I was on the
Yeah.
throne.
Yeah.
Oh, I cannot wait to see what Dorn's response is going to be.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say you wanted to see what my.
Hey, you-
I don't do that.
Actually, we haven't, Dorn. We haven't seen the token. The token.
No,
Caleb.
he said it. He
Oh,
said
did
it way earlier. Yeah.
I
mean,
Woody,
it's
they
okay.
don't
I
call
love
it Brown
Dorn.
Bay for nothing. They don't call it Brown Bay for nothing.
They don't call it Chicago for nothing either. Got that right,
They don't
Eric.
pack fudge. They don't pack fudge for nothing.
You don't have the tagline of bear down for nothing.
They charge.
Bear down and take it.
Eric, the young Padawan, he's still learning to wield his lightsaber. You know how Packer fans like to wield their lightsabers with each other.
No, Eric's
Eric
doing a
has a
little too much
lightsaber?
of Eric's doing a little too much of handling Russ's lightsaber.
There we go. You know what's funny though? I mean, minus Robert, who's the oldest of these Packer fans. Like since most of these Packer fans have been born, they've won 2 championships. That's it. The Bears have won 1, right? In our lifetimes. That's not exactly
broski.
mind-blowing.
Wow.
Oh.
Man, I love when people talk tough over the fucking podcast, internet, social media. Dude, I'll give you my I'll give you
Here's the funny thing. In our lifetime, Joe's Raiders have won more championships. Is that right?
Hey, Eric, ask your mom.
They won two.
Wow.
No, I'm telling you, man. Packers fans are so jealous that the Eagles get credit for the tush push, man. The Packers are like, hey, we are the locker room inventors of the tush push. It's part of our initiation. So
hiding in the closet with staring
The
at us.
locker room invented.
Hey, Robert.
Woody and Rob in the ring.
Robert, I'll even pay for your fucking ticket to come over here and see how long that lasts. Let me know how that works out for you. The fuck out of here.
No, you can't do that. We need to set this up as a pay-per-view. Ken,
I
let's
don't
get
give
it going.
fucking tough guys. I love fucking tough guys. I really do. Fuck out of here. Love them.
Wow.
Damn.
Broski.
do you Jordan love them? Do you Jordan love them?
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
let's get back to football here, guys. We only got
We are. That's
Oh
right.
my
Hey,
god.
Eric, the soak sheets would say different.
That's what I thought, Robert. That's what I thought.
Hey guys, we get football tomorrow, by the way.
Oh boy.
Oh, we do?
The
We have to
She-Eagles.
talk about that. Fuck. Oh my god. I had to say it.
I said She-Eagles.
I know, but fuck, man. This
I mean-
play, Pennsylvania is my job tomorrow is going to be fucking nuts, and that's all I'm going to hear.
We send the Eagles Twitter, so you know that they're going fly Eagle fly over there. That's
I'll
gonna be a
fly
fun
Eagle
game
fly.
tomorrow. That's
I'll
gonna
fly.
be that's gonna
I don't
be
know.
a fun
what-
game.
With George Pickens out, that'll help the fucking Bears too, because he's suspended indefinitely. Correct? That's what I did.
No, he's
hear.
not suspended. He's
Oh,
not
I didn't say he was suspended indefinitely.
Now KC
Yeah.
has some
Yeah, I've
suspended.
been hearing stuff
No, I
about him being suspended too, but then I'm also seeing stuff about him not. So I have no idea which way it's going with Pickens.
It was a Facebook rumor.
Oh, okay.
I want
I
to.
got
Well, you know, tomorrow we start to see if the Saquon double curse is real.
It's a triple curse now.
Oh, it's a triple
He-
curse
Is it?
now.
Yeah,
So he's going to hurdle and flip and land on his head. Is that what you're saying?
He was now the number 1 player in the top 100 too.
Oh God, they keep
Yeah.
adding curses. Boys, tomorrow we start with live bullets. No more preseason. No more looking what trades are we making, what free agents. It's mostly done. There'll be some minor moves still. Some stuff happens, but it starts tomorrow, guys. This is it. We have games we don't have a game Saturday, but we have tomorrow, Friday, Sunday, and Monday. Boom, we're in it week 1. 4 games of real football.
All the speculation finally ends, and you get to find out what your team really is.
Well, no. You get to get an idea. I don't think you find out till week 3 or 4.
Finding out.
Yeah, there we go. That's better. Yeah.
I'll let you know after a week. I'll let you know after the bye week.
Yeah. Bears Packers get the early bye. I think that helps both teams in a weird way now. But hey, we'll find out more tomorrow. Don't forget tonight at 7 p.m. Central, we have Hallis Hall Report. Followed by, depending which one you want to watch, the Red Zone Rant at 8 or JB's Roundtable at 8. So yeah, we have a full day. And don't forget, we got the MMA show today at 2 p.m. Central with Joe and Ken. Looking forward to that. Some good stuff they're going to be talking about there. Guys, enjoy your Thursday or your Wednesday. There we go, your Wednesday. See, I tried to make it tomorrow already. Enjoy your Wednesday. We got football tomorrow. We'll see you in the morning. Thanks, everyone. Have a great day.